Alright, everyone, settle in, because today we're diving headfirst into a classic, but with a twist. Forget your dusty textbooks and your grandma's bedtime stories. We're talking Lewis Carroll, but channeled through the brain of someone who probably spends too much time on TikTok. Prepare yourselves for a journey, not just down a rabbit hole, but into the hilariously bizarre. So, picture this, Alice. She's chilling with her sister by a riverbank, probably wishing she had Wi-Fi, because let's be real, reading a book with no pictures and absolutely zero snappy dialogue. That's basically torture in today's attention economy. Alice is, understandably, bored out of her mind. She's thinking, is making a daisy chain really worth the effort of, like, moving? Which, fair. Current mood, honestly. Then, out of nowhere, a literal white rabbit, sporting bright pink eyes, which, okay, a bit much, bunny, zooms past. Now, here's where it gets good. Alice, ever the chill one, barely bats an eye when this fluffy guy mutters, "Oh dear. Oh dear. I shall be late." Honestly, in a world where talking animals are probably just the next big influencer trend, a worried rabbit isn't that wild. But then, plot twist. This bunny, this pink-eyed, time-crunched rabbit, pulls a full-on pocket watch out of a waistcoat. A waistcoat! Suddenly, Alice's internal monologue goes from Meg to hold up, is this real life? Because, let's be honest, a rabbit with tailoring skills and a watch. That's next-level extra. And just like any self-respecting protagonist in a madcap adventure, Alice is like, nope, can't let this fashion-forward hair out of my sight, and immediately pelts after him, because FOMO, right? She catches him just as he does a swan dive into a massive rabbit hole. And because Alice clearly subscribes to the YOLO's philosophy, she doesn't even pause to consider the logistics of, getting back out. Down she goes, following Mr. Fancypants Rabbit into the unknown. The tunnel is all straight line, oh wait, we're doing a nosedive now. She plunges so fast she doesn't even have time to mentally bookmark that funny cat video she just watched. She's just falling. Straight down. Like that feeling when your phone slips out of your hand and you know it's going to hit the pavement face first. Pure panic, but also, surprisingly, a lot of time to reflect. It's either the deepest well ever or she's falling in slow motion, Matrix style, because she's got ample time to check out her surroundings. And get this, the walls of this literal black hole are lined with cupboards and bookshelves. Seriously, it's like a storage unit that swallowed a library. She even spots maps and framed pictures, probably ironic memes, hanging on pegs. As she drifts past, she snags a jar labeled orange marmalade. Now, you'd think, score. Snack time. But nah, it's empty. Total disappointment. But instead of just dropping it like a litterbug, our considerate Alice, heroically, tucks it into a cupboard. Because, even when plummeting into the unknown, we have standards, people. Well, Alice muses, probably to herself, because who else is listening? After this gravity-defying stunt, I'll basically be a pro at tumbling downstairs. My family will think I'm the bravest influencer back home. She even considers that falling off the roof wouldn't faze her now. Which, for the record, is a pretty bold statement. Down, down, down she plummets. Seriously, is this fall ever going to end? She wonders aloud, probably checking her imaginary smartwatch for an ETA. I must be hitting the Earth's core by now. That's, like, 4,000 miles, right? Because, school lessons do come in handy, even when you're hurtling through the planet. Good practice, even without an audience for her impromptu trivia. Yep, definitely the right distance. But what's the latitude and longitude of the void? Spoiler alert, Alice has zero clue what those words mean, but they sound super official, so she's rolling with it. Then, a new thought sparks. What if I just fall through the entire planet? I'd pop out on the other side, right? Where people walk around upside down. The antipathies, I think. She quickly suppresses a giggle, relieved no one's around to judge her potentially incorrect terminology. It's Mantipodes, Alice, but close enough for falling through the earth. I'll have to ask them what country this is. Excuse me, is this New Zealand or Australia? And in peak British politeness, she tries to curtsy while free-falling. I mean, can you even imagine the core strength required for that? She'll think I'm such an uncultured swathe for asking. No, better just look for a sign. Smart move, Alice. You don't want to make a bad first impression when you've just breached the Earth's mantle. Still falling, because gravity is a clingy ex, Alice starts talking to her cat, Dinah. Dinah's gonna miss me tonight, I bet. Hope they remember her saucer of milk. Oh, Dinah, my love, I wish you were here. No mice in the air, I'm afraid, but maybe you could snag a bat? They're kinda like airborne mice, right? Then, in a true testament to sleep deprivation and extreme circumstances, she drifts into a dreamy loop, asking herself, do cats eat bats? Do cats eat bats? And occasionally, with confused logic, do bats eat cats? Because, truly, when you can't answer either, does it even matter? Just as she's almost cuddling with Dinah in her dream, asking the all-important bat-eating question, she collides. Thump! A pile of sticks and dry leaves breaks her fall. Talk about a soft landing. Alice, surprisingly uninjured, because cartoons, right? Springs up. It's dark overhead, but there's another long passage ahead. And guess who she spots? Mr. Pink-Eyed Rabbit, still hoofing it, muttering about being late like he's got a crucial meeting with destiny. Alice, fueled by pure adrenaline and the desire for answers, tears after him. She just catches his, oh my ears and whiskers, how late it's getting, before she rounds the corner herself. But poof. Rabbit's gone. He probably phased out or something. She finds herself in this long, low hall, lit by, like, a zillion lamps hanging from the ceiling. A very bougie rabbit hole indeed. Our girl Alice, ever the explorer, tries every single door. Like, seriously, she circles the entire hall, attempting to bust out of this weird wonderland. But nope, all locked tighter than a drum. Alice, now completely bummed, plods down the middle, probably wondering if she's now stuck in some kind of bizarre high-stakes escape room. Then, she spots it, a tiny, three-legged table, all solid glass, looking very chic. And on it, a single, minuscule golden key. Her first thought is naturally, aha! Freedom! But, classic twist, the locks are too big or the key is too small. Such a vibe kill. But wait! On her second pass, she spies a low curtain she totally missed before. And behind it? A tiny door, about 15 inches high. Like a miniature Instagram photo booth door. She tries her little golden key, and huzzah! It fits! She opens the little door, and guys, it leads to this super narrow passage, basically a rat hole. But squeezing down and peeking through, Alice sees the most gorgeous garden ever. We're talking vibrant flowers, cool fountains, total Eden vibes. And she's stuck in this dark hall. The ultimate FOMO moment. She longs to get out, but her head barely fits through. Even if my head gets through, she thinks, with typical Alice logic, my shoulders are definitely not making it. I wish I could shrink like a telescope. She's totally serious, too, because frankly, after the day she's had, nothing seems impossible anymore. A shrinking girl is just Tuesday. So, the tiny door is a no-go for now. Alice heads back to the glass table, half hoping for, like, a master key or maybe a how to shrink yourself like a telescope for dummies manual. What she finds instead? A tiny bottle. This definitely wasn't here before, says Alice, giving major side-eye. Around its neck, a label, Drink ME, in fancy lettering. Now, even with all these bizarre happenings, Alice isn't about to chug mystery liquid. She's read enough cautionary tales to know that drink meat could easily lead to, oops, I'm a giant frog now or worse. She's got her smarts about her. Hold up, she thinks, channeling her inner safety inspector. Is this thing marked a poison or what? Because she's seen enough stories of kids who ignored basic warnings about red-hot pokers, sharp knives, and mystery potions. You know, the classics. Like, if a bottle screams poison, it's probably not going to end well. Good on you, Alice, for exercising caution in a world that's clearly gone rogue. Luckily, this particular bottle was not marked poison. So, Alice, ever the intrepid explorer, takes a tiny sip. And what do you know? It's delicious. We're talking a flavor explosion: cherry tart, custard, pineapple, roast turkey, toffee, and hot buttered toast. Basically, it tasted like the best cheat meal ever. And because it was so good, she couldn't help herself. Down the hatch it went, the whole delicious, mystery concoction. Whoa, what a weird vibe! Alice exclaims, feeling like she's glitching. I'm totally shrinking like a telescope. And she's right. She's now only 10 inches tall. Her face lights up, because hello, she's finally entryway sized for that gorgeous garden. But she smartly hits pause. She doesn't want to disappear entirely, like a candle flame after it's blown out. What would I even be then, she ponders, genuinely curious. She can't recall ever seeing a blown-out candle flame, so the existential dread is real. After a few minutes of not vanishing, she decides, okay, garden time. But, of course, because life loves to throw curveballs, she gets to the door and facepalm. She forgot the tiny golden key. She zips back to the table, only to realize she's too small to reach it now. It's mockingly visible through the glass. She tries to climb a table leg, but it's slicker than a politician's apology. Defeated, and probably very tired of this whole shrinking and expanding routine, poor Alice sits down and just cries. All right, Alice, snap out of it, she scolds herself, a bit harshly. She's famous for giving herself stellar advice, even if she rarely follows it. Apparently, she once tried to box her own ears for cheating herself at croquet because she liked pretending to be two people. Talk about serious self-reflection. But seriously, she thinks, no time for imaginary friends now. There's barely enough of me left to make one respectable person. Just then, her gaze falls on a tiny glass box under the table. Inside, a minuscule cake. And on it, in currants, the delicious command, eat me. Well, Alice resolves, if it makes me bigger, I can grab the key. If it makes me smaller, I can just crawl under the door. Either way, I'm getting into that garden. I honestly don't even care which one happens anymore. She takes a bite, then anxiously holds her hand to her head, doing a mini check for growth. Which way? Which way, she mutters. To her utter surprise, nothing happens. She stays the same size. Which, honestly, is pretty standard for cake. But Alice is so used to wild, impossible stuff happening that this mundane non-event registers as incredibly dull. Like, if she's not growing or shrinking, what's even the point? So, with a sigh of mild disappointment, she finishes the entire cake.